calling it, Rick. NFTs are dead. Welcome back to NFTs with Keys. I'm your host, Keys. That's my boy, Rick. And that's Rob. Say hi, everybody.
What's up, fam? Apparently they're dead.
I'm calling it.
Bring out those guys that dance with that casket.
Yeah,
Make it
right?
official.
Just drop the Monty Python. Bring out your dead. No, I mean, all right. NFTs aren't really dead. They're probably never going to really die. But let's be honest here. NFTs, as we knew it and how we loved it, they're dead. They're gone. Like,
It was a
sure.
quick
So,
flip to make thousands of dollars. That's dead.
no, I mean, well, right
Oh,
now
you
they're
mean you
right
mean
now.
PFPs are dead?
Yeah.
You're not rocking your favorite NFT as your
Right.
profile picture anymore, Keys? Come
No, I still
on.
am. I still am. I still will. I still support the things I'm in. But what I'm saying though is like, sure, for artists, NFTs really are dead. Sure, any of the artists that got some hype and got some followers and got all that's great for them. They're still they were able to benefit from NFTs. But as what we know NFTs as something, like this community and stuff like that, it's been plundered, pillaged, and kind of Vikinged out by major corporations and celebrities.
Ooh,
I mean, let's
ooh.
be
I don't
honest now.
like the way you say Vikinged out like that because it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
they really came in and they saw their way through.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing, really. The way I look at it is, I, I mean, sure, we're in this, bear market, winter, or whatever the hell you want to call it, but you know, NFTs just don't have that pull anymore. Like you don't hear about it all the time. The only time I'm really hearing about it, unless I'm digging deep into the scene or like the artists that I know or I've talked to, like they're still posting their stuff,
Mm.
they're still doing their NFTs, but they have their group, they have their niche in the market. Every time I'm hearing about NFTs, it's Gucci, it's Prada, it's Pepsi, it's Coca-Cola, it's this. You know, I think we really should be looking at I think video gamers had it right. I think uh, that they knew that this was a bad idea.
I think I think what we saw was NFTs in its infancy, right? What we saw was an idea that kind of got planted in the soil and sprouted a nice bud, but it kind of fizzled out here and died. I think that cryptocurrency itself is going to remain and it's going to be very strong. And I think the NFT as it was right now is dead. That collectible Beanie Baby Pokemon card type thing is gone. But I suspect that with blockchain going to be bigger and this is more realistically for transactions to happen quicker, right? People want to do transactions on a Saturday, right? That we're going to see a lot of adoption in the mobile app space and I hate to say it, the mobile gaming space. I think that the next big bastion for the NFT is going to be here, and I think it's going to be more utility based. So like, no longer are you going to care about collecting the NFT. It's more going to be like, well, what's your NFT done for you lately? And that's going to be the conversation. But I think the NFT as we know it is dead, and God forbid we start using words like NFT 2.0 because like I suspect that there will be a next big thing like the NFT, and I suspect that the technology will be very similar, but it's going to be more utilitarian, I would imagine, or
I
Yeah.
more perk.
I couldn't disagree with you more on that.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
mobile gaming does not need blockchain. It's a
Oh, I
gimmick.
agree. They don't need it.
No, it
It's the
doesn't need
truth.
it at all. Just take a look at X Infinity, man. That play to earn style of game, that's gone. That's dead. I mean, who wants to wake up and grind the same boring gameplay for 8 hours a day and make like 60% because you're giving it over to the owner of your NFT because you're too poor to buy one your own. All right,
Ooh, we
that's
can't
gone.
use the p word like that on stream. You're too unrealized in your gains to get one now.
No, that style of gaming is gone. There's no need to put on the blockchain unless you don't want you basically you're outsourcing your database management to the blockchain, and then you're just querying who owns what, but you don't need a blockchain for that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Let's be honest, like, as much as I think, yeah, it could go to mobile gaming, the gaming community in general is just so bitter about what NFTs are and how they're just basically expensive ass loot boxes. So I don't,
It's play to
Yeah,
win essentially
yeah, so I don't
at
really
the end of the
see, I
day.
mean, but at the same time, on the flip side of that token is, you know, mobile gamers will drop money to further themselves in their game.
it's
So,
been proven
Diablo
time and time
Immortal.
again. I mean,
yeah,
Diablo
Diablo
Immortal. Yeah,
Immortal.
thank you. The Diablo
Yeah.
Immortal.
Yeah, so it's like I kind of understand it, but at the same time, the whole gaming community, even though I think even the Diablo Immortal people wouldn't like a one of one item that only one person can buy and spends a ton of money on. Sure, someone might do
The
it. Someone
sword of a
actually no.
thousand truths.
Let me rephrase that. Someone will do that, but the community would just laugh at that person and be like, find another way to just completely destroy them anytime they saw them. If it, I've never actually played that game, so I don't really know if you can go and attack other people in a PvP style. But if you can,
It's
like,
You
yeah.
can up until you get to bronze 2. Then you start getting the people that paid, and then it's like wet noodle.
Look, it's going whale hunting, and there's a TED talk about it. It's who like an oil baron and a hedge fund manager. They get into the battle. Who wins? The guy that made the game, because they're paying money to try to one up each other.
Whose field are they playing on? Let me
Yeah,
tell me that. Where do they find
yeah,
that person?
yeah. So
yeah,
as long as you have like an unlimited spend model and the gameplay is good. I mean, people talk about Diablo Immortal. The game is good. The game is somewhat fun. It's made to be addicting, but they just didn't agree with the monetary scheme.
yeah. See, but that's the thing though. Is like, but again, like, the gaming community is not going to accept NFTs at all at this point. Like, I was a holdout on it. I truly thought maybe there could be something, but it'd have to be an NFT, a blockchain game. It's just not going to happen. The community is not going to do it because they're so jaded from what EA did in the past, or let's be honest,
Yeah, all
what
right.
they're
Well,
still
pivoting
doing.
from this,
So I don't think the gaming community is going to adopt NFTs anytime soon, or at all, ever. And
so
then,
so hear me out.
all right,
Hear me out here. Like pivoting from this, right? So they might not like it in their games, right? Right. But what about these? You guys know about the soulbound tokens, right? The SBTs.
no, explain this.
Yeah, on Ethereum.
Yeah, on
I'm
Ethereum.
I'm doing this for the show here.
Vitalik's little glimmer in his eye, where everyone's identity should be on the blockchain.
Yeah,
Everything about you,
yeah,
literally
no.
everything about you. What is you?
Does he
Is
work for the
your
CIA?
soulbound token? You think gamers? You think a gamer? Think gamers are gonna say no to that one? See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Slippery slope. They may not like it in their games, but we're talking about it in their games as the NFTs as they are now, right? But like if you think bigger and you think proprietary side chains on a much better network where like the primary chain can deal with all the financial transactions, right, if any, because there will be, because it's a mobile game, right, and then the side chain will actually be where the game exists, like think of it as a database, if you will, where like all of these game developers can now tap into, where you've got shared resources and such. And so like that Call of Duty mobile or whatever game pistol skin is on every other thing, kind of like what we had before, but something more utilized, where the gamer couldn't care less about the NFT, but they are NFTs for all intents and purposes, and it is a blockchain, but it's some proprietary side chain that exists on like a superior primary chain, like Cardano, or I'm just throwing it out there.
There it
But
is.
but all transactions can hit that primary chain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
It just when I
I
think outside the box.
no, I get what you're saying, but I think that is where the evolution of NFTs will go. Possibly, not necessarily that example per se, but that is a possibility. But kind of like how we've talked in the past too, like NFTs need to evolve into something more than what they are now. Like you said, this is the infancy of it. So it, I like that the whole thing. I mean, it might be a little clickbaity. Sorry, people out there. NFTs aren't really dead. Let's be honest. They're not gonna die. Like, but NFTs as we have known them in the last couple of years, I think are gonna die. The PFP stuff was cool for a while. Sure, maybe Bored Ape might be able to survive just because of what you can do with them and the hype on them, and it
Hmm.
depends on what ends up happening. Like if Seth Green didn't get his stolen and he made a show about it and all that, like those can do well. I mean, there's Bored and Hungry,
I
like
mean,
as
if
we've
they're not
talked
doing
about.
too well, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's one that's really exclusive. That kind of creates that whole like 1% type of thing. And let's be honest, right now the mentality of the mass people is F the 1%. No one wants to really support that. Like, sure, you might support it by going to Bored and Hungry because their food is great. Go to Bored and Hungry. Sorry, that was not a plug, but like,
Delicious.
still, their food's great. Like, and sure, let's say if Seth Green was able to make that show and it ended up being another robot chicken style thing, and ends up being have huge cult following and ends up being immortalized in basically like comedy sketch show like kind of history. It's like that could happen, but that's that one thing. All these other projects too are gonna like it's kind of like you guys say on your guys on the Crypto Bytes podcast. Like this whole crypto winter is it's sorting out the wheat and the chaff, like, and that's what's ending up happening is you're seeing a lot of NFTs just basically go to nothing. And if you don't really take a step back, like I'll admit I'm in the NFT space and I had to take a step back for a couple weeks,
let's
not only just
let's
because I'm
call
really
it what it
busy.
is. NFT scams. What we're
Yeah,
seeing here are all the
well,
scams
no, I don't think they're scam.
disappearing
I don't think they're scams
projects.
because I think even legitimate projects with people like Mechaverse was a legitimate project, but at this point the Mechaverse really isn't doing anything. I think they're like sub point 0.5 Ethereum or something like it.
Oh,
Like,
really?
They
Anybody
got a
use a
hoodie coming
metaverse
out.
now?
They
see,
got
but
they got
They got a
some
hoodie?
they got a
sweatshirts.
hoodie
Yeah.
coming out. Rob says they got a hoodie coming out. Like,
Yeah.
whoop de doo, So it's like, but still, I love that project. I love the whole Mechaverse thing. I love the whole Gundam thing. But at the end of the day, like that's not that gives nothing back to you except for having clout, and clout at the end of the day means nothing.
In the real world, but you gotta wait till the metaverse comes out. And then your
That
NFT tokens, that's where the
Oh,
value is gonna
No,
come
the
from.
we
metaverse, the
talk about the
metaverse is never
metaverse.
going to be a big thing. I'm guaranteeing this.
Oh,
The
yes,
thing that no
yes.
the thing that's going to end up like I want the metaverse to be a thing, but the metaverse is going to enter the real world. As I've alluded to
They are
before in some
probably
earlier
hemorrhaging money.
but what I've alluded to early in way earlier episodes is what's going to end up happening is the metaverse is going to be a thing that you can do, you can go on to, cool. But really, what it's going to end up being is AR technology. Sure, you might have to wear some ugly ass gray shoes, but if you're wearing the contact lens or the glasses, you have the brand new Yeezys or whatever because that's your NFT or whatever like that. Like the metaverse is going to be a thing, but let's be honest, like the metaverse is so far out and no one really wants to escape. People want to escape, but they don't want to escape forever. So that's the thing that
Oh
no,
man,
no.
there's some
The
Generation
the people
Z
that
people here that just sleep in this VR chat and do
the
crazy weird
no, I know
stuff in it.
there's even a movie about it how VR how the metaverse worlds and all that stuff like it just recently came out. It's the whole metaverse thing about how during COVID they were able to like have love and all this other stuff. But the thing is human beings need to have human to human interaction to survive and
I
thrive.
need connection.
Yeah.
I need
Well,
Scratch.
you
meets
can
the
get a
holds.
connection on the metaverse, but not ever being able to be physical, not even touching or even like sexually in that way, but just being able to like us. We're going to dinner
Hey,
after the show.
Yeah,
those
Like
who
those
would
imagine
do
us
suits,
not
that,
being able
right?
to do that. Like what? We gonna go and sit in the
Yeah,
metaverse and eat a bowl of
who would
ramen? Like
do that?
nah,
That
that ain't
sounds
gonna
so
happen.
ridiculous.
those haptic feedback suits have not been invented yet. I think you're discounting what's over the horizon. Okay.
I mean,
I don't I like that's too dystopian though. I have a honest I think human beings as evil as human beings naturally are, and how like self-centered as we are, I think we do still need to interact with people. You know, like us. Like we
Yeah,
could sit here and we could have dinner, and it could be just us three having like eating whatever we want. You know, but we're going
we
out to
weren't made
dinner
to be
afterwards.
alone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
We were
how
never
else
made
are
to
you
be
gonna
alone.
keep
It's right in here. Like chapter
how
one, book
how
one.
how
Well, and
else are you gonna
also
keep
too,
the
what about the
people in the
show?
pods though without the metaverse?
Well, yeah, but like that's the thing is there might be a conspiracy theory kind of stuff, like go down that route, like where there's people who want to create people in the pods, and while other like the 1% live off and they interact and
Like
they're
Colonel
normal human
Frog's gay.
beings. Uh,
Yeah.
well, well, yeah. Anyways, but like so it's like all that stuff is there, and that does like go play into it, but like that's really not going to happen. I mean, the French Revolution happened because government was too overwhelming. That's what created the term the left. Like so it's just I don't know, man. When it comes to NFTs though, as we know it, it's like, are they dead? Yeah. And as we go into the metaverse, are they going to still be there? Yeah, but I don't think the metaverse is going to be this big thing. Even with the haptic thing, you're not going to see Ready Player One. And even in Ready Player One, people were still living outside the pods.
Yeah, with their
Stack.
AR,
They
with
were
their
living
AR.
stack.
But look, Rick alluded to this earlier. It's gonna be less about the art and more about identity and information. That's
Yeah.
what the blockchain would be. There's even a push right now to own your information, right?
Listen, man,
Like
it's not a push. All of your data is owned. All of your data gets sold. Everything is centralized. You want proof? You want proof? I was telling this to Rob earlier. Do this for 2 weeks straight around any of your devices, but your cell phone. It could be off. It could be in sleep mode, and say something simple like marijuana bong. But do that 3 times a day for the next 12 days, right? And come back to me, and you will see advertisements. All
No,
of your
no.
data
See,
sold.
see, but that's been
Everything's owned.
debunked. That's been debunked, Rick. Rick. What it is, the algorithm is so smart that it knows you so personally, but it's not because it's listening to you. But you are
not
right in the
our
sense that
not the
you are right in
Roku.
the sense that your data and your habits, your posts, all that stuff. Yes, you're right in that sense, but it's not because your phone's listening to you. We need to let that be known out there. It's because of your Facebook posts, your Twitter posts, the other things like this. All that information of you, where you've shopped at. So if you're living in a pro weed state
Bro,
like California,
you're
like
just
they
you're
know
just
that you went
you're
to
just
a
proving
clinic.
my point, but in a worse degree. People should feel even
Oh yeah,
scared than worse
oh
than
yeah,
that. Like
I'm
you should feel
agreeing.
comfort that all of your information is coming from like a microphone that you keep on you, not that you've
I'm
got some
yeah.
digital identity of yourself living in Google servers that they know
Hmm.
more about you than you know about yourself. Your
Yeah,
own
no, no,
parents
yeah.
know about you. They know what you're about to do in 5 years from now.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's because of this algorithm that has been created. There's a whole like I think there's a whole movie on Netflix or documentary on Netflix about this algorithm and how terrifying it is. The government, sure, they can
It's
tap into your phone, but it's not your phone listening to you. This algorithm knows you better than you. It knows your moves before you do it. So that's why when people are like, "Oh, I was talking about a fish aquarium the other day." It's like, no, this algorithm knows that, hey, the way he's going in his
all
life
right,
and the way
okay.
he's
We
talking
can
about, he's gonna want one.
we can debunk this. Do it in something in a language you don't speak then. Find a product that's a common product in a language you don't speak. I swear to you, I do
But what are you gonna do?
do it.
You're gonna search for it. You're
Yeah.
gonna search for it, and then that information's already gone.
So
You lost
so
that. And
so
then how are you
what
gonna
you
learn a
do a
language
double
you don't
blind.
know?
Do
But
do a double blind. Ask your buddy, ask your friend to search this on their thing, right? And then have them write it out for you on a piece of paper. To have look them up on how to say it and then say it 3 times a day for the next 12 days around your
no,
technologies
the
and
way you'd have
tell me
to
you're not getting
the
advertisements.
the way you'd have
Double
to do it
blind
is
it.
you'd have to write it down. You'd have to go full analog, write it in a journal, start a journal, and
Ooh, Battlestar
s-
Galactica it. No
never
networks. No
never speak
networks.
of it. Never speak of it. You got to write it in a journal and say it in your head, and then see what happens. But
Just like your
again,
seed phrase, kids. Don't ever give that away. No one asks for your seed phrase. No
I
one
feel.
asks for no program. No one asks.
I mean, we've kind of really gone off the ball here, but still, like, it is an
We
interesting
did, we
thing.
did, we did.
Yeah, no,
Let's.
it's a
All
really
right.
interesting
Is
thing.
is is this a dip or is this a death spiral?
It's a death spiral for the NFT space, not for crypto. Crypto will recover, but like again, like you guys said,
Yeah.
like it's just getting rid of a lot of shit coins. right now, and same thing in the NFT space. But it's more of it's going to get rid of everything except for like Bored Apes and other stuff
Yeah, I'm okay with
until
that.
until like Bored Apes, what maybe Meebits. I don't know how well they're doing right now. Uh, Maybe a few others, but like the moment crypto goes back up and the stock market goes like booming again, that's when you're going to see a lot
I
of this shitty projects coming out because
I
people have more money
mean,
to invest and they have more money to
I
blow.
did make a correlation earlier today that Rob says I'm not allowed to put on the show, but I still stand behind that.
Well, put it on. I don't care as long as it's not really too
Oh no,
graphic
no,
or
no,
bad.
no. But it's all of
Like
that.
no,
So,
Rob's like no, no,
but
no.
I'll surmise it in the too long didn't read version. More government money, less time working, more NFT sales.
Yeah, but you could say that about anything. It's not even more
Yeah,
government
I
money.
know. There are other factors, but I can't say the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
factors. But this is what it kind of comes down to: bored people, more money in the pocket, NFTs go up, or Beanie Babies go up. I'm not certain what I'm going to call them yet. However, I will say, I hope that some of you people out there made a good amount of money off of this. And when I say good amount of money, I'm not talking about Bank of Ethereum. I'm hoping that you realize some of these gains and like got all of your bills paid off and all of that, because
yeah.
that would make me very, very happy. Especially knowing that someone got super wealthy off an 8-bit, 4-color, like little tiny GIF. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. Good for you
Yeah,
guys, but this needs to die. This needs to die. And
the,
can
the,
we just like agree as a community to leave it dead?
I mean, I agree that that stuff does need to die. But I mean, hey, if you didn't realize your gains off of the NFTs you have, at least are you happy with them? Like, are you okay with what
Probably
you have?
not.
Like, I'm well, no, I mean all the NFTs I blew money on. I'm happy with them. I have them on my watch. Like
Yeah,
I
you're a
look at them
collector.
sometimes.
Like you're
Yeah, yeah. Like I like
that's
art
dope.
though, so it's
That's
different.
respectable.
Like, it's like some of the artists that I've hit up. Or I've bought stuff from. I bought their other art. Like I bought a book from
Yeah,
Natalie
it's dope.
Chow. Like
One of a kind.
yeah, I bought a poster from like a canvas poster from another from Eli. I mean, let alone he's a rapper too. But like I bought stuff from. Like I have other things like so it's not like I mean look right here like I like art. That's just me. Like or right there like like that's not even an NFT and it should have been.
That would have made Primo NFT.
Oh yeah, seriously. But he didn't want to get into the space like that. He's just an artist. So it's like if you bought an NFT and you didn't realize your gains because the artist that you were following, or whatever the case may be, and you couldn't sell it in secondary, are you happy with it? If you are, then cool. Don't even just chalk it up to a loss and you're happy with your art. But so it's like I don't know. I don't know. NFTs are dead, man. NFTs as we know 'em. I would love to see NFTs being utilized in other ways, like we've said before too, like in contracts and other stuff like that, where you they're permanent and forever. So like like or a home, like home like home deeds or car deeds. Because how many times have we heard recently of people getting their homes stolen from them because someone could go in and
Ooh,
then
that is
and
a
change
great
everything
point.
around?
Like, how are you gonna steal someone's home? How are you
Oh,
gonna
it's
steal someone's
possible.
home like that? You
It's
can't
totally
steal someone's home
possible.
off the blockchain. Just like you
Yeah,
can't steal someone's home off the blockchain.
no,
Hey,
you
I
can't.
remember making that same argument and you guys are laughing at me. And now you're agreeing with that argument.
I don't remember you making this
It might
argument.
have been something different about that, but
It's about putting like a house deed on the blockchain. You guys, well, if someone goes into your house, it was like
Uh,
you're gonna show them the deed.
oh no, no, no. Well, that's different though. What you were talking about is, oh, if I have the NFT, blah blah, like then I own the house. But the NFT isn't the deed of the house. It's just the NFT of the house. That's at least the way the argument you put it out. That's
No,
why
the
we were
deed
laughing
is the
at you.
NFT. The deed
But
is the
that's not what you
NFT.
said when we were
It is the
arguing about it.
ownership. It is
But
the ownership.
what I'm not no, it's not the NFT, but it's actually having the deed as the NFT. What you were saying more was, oh, you have an NFT of the house, so I own the house. It's the deed of the house. It's like you weren't saying it was the actual deed that's the legal document and you put it on the blockchain.
We might be arguing over semantics
Yeah,
at
I
this
mean
that's
point.
what I was saying. Like,
yeah,
I
It's
kind of
like
maybe we
preference that.
maybe
it's
we
like the
weren't
deed, the
understanding.
house. It's
May- may-
all the same.
if that was the case, if that's what you were arguing, I don't think you explained it the right way to make it understandable. But like that, because if that's what you were saying, that is not how how me or I think Rick, interpreted that. But like if
At
that's
the
that is
time.
at
So
the time,
at
at
the
the time,
time.
if that is what you were saying, yeah, like okay, I
Well,
get what you're saying now, but like that's not the way we
Booms,
interpreted
yeah,
what you said. So yeah, it
booms
might
and
be a semantic
busts.
thing.
Yeah, booms and busts are healthy for an ecosystem. So yes, I think that's just like we saw the crap coming out of the ICO phase in 2017, and some quality stuff that came out after that, and most of the bad stuff got wiped out. But I mean, it's just cycles, man.
Yeah,
You gotta get it out at the beginning of the cycle. All right, that's general advice with anything.
yeah, yeah. No, you're not wrong. But
you're not wrong.
but yeah. But I think we'll wrap it up here. I've complained enough, and I'm getting hungry, so I want to go to dinner with y'all. So let's get that sushi,
Ooh.
bro. Let's get that sushi. But yeah, you can go follow me on Twitter at NFTs with Keys. You can also go follow Rob on Twitter at Our Heroes Crypto. And Rick, I will hand it to you. Oh, also too, if you want some free Bitcoin, go to Swan Bitcoin /AGC. I think Rick might have a little QR code there if anyone wants it. There you go. But now I'm gonna leave it to Rick. Go plug it away.
You can follow me on OnlyFans. That's Rick
That's
underscore
not the one I was
Rickelson
talking about. That's not the one I was
OnlyFans.
talking about.
Well, in that case, uh, if you got a little ADA lying around, you're thinking to yourself, what stake pool do I stake with? There's just so many. This one looks great. It's got millions upon millions of ADA and all there. Yeah, I get my wait, what? Less than 1 ADA return. This doesn't make sense. Think about staking with AGC. We are a very low saturated single stake pool operator that has minted our fourth block. So why don't you come on down? That's ticker AGC. Also, that's Rick underscore Rickelson, OnlyFans.
Hey, I didn't say you could do that.
What if there is one like that? You
I would
just
laugh. I would really laugh. But anyways, that's it for us. We'll see you next week. Deuces.